skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia and I'm so excited because today I'm going to be bringing you all the choreography for our annual Christmas program. So if this is your first year with us, what I do every Christmas season is I will teach you the choreography to a program. I'm going to give you the music for that so you have some music to skate to that choreography. You all can learn that and use it for your Christmas productions back at your home rink or just for the fun of learning a program. But if you can get someone to film you and submit that video back to me, then you can be involved in a video that I will be putting out on Christmas Day with all of us around the world skating to the same Christmas program. It's really special, and I'll post some links down below so you can see the videos that I've done in the past. Now, the only thing you're going to need to do besides practicing it and maybe coming up with a fun Christmassy costume is get someone to film it for you. And I'd like you to film it horizontal, not vertical. And at the end of this video, I will give you instructions on how to submit that video back to me so you can be part of our Christmas program. So right now, I'm going to be teaching the left-handed version of this choreography. If you're right-handed, there is a full tutorial already posted for you guys doing all this choreography right-handed. And I'm going to post a link down below so you can easily find the right-handed version of this program. Now, I say right-handed and left-handed simply because, generally speaking, right-handed skaters like to rotate counterclockwise and left-handed skaters like to rotate clockwise. All right, so that is the general rule. So this one will be clockwise rotating and this morning was counterclockwise. All right, let's get started with today's choreography tutorial. All right, so this is not my direction. Lefty is not my direction, I'm a righty. I do have quite a few lefty students, so I skate a lot of things lefty, but I think I'm gonna have to do the more beginner version of this whole program, so bear with me. I've been practicing it lefty this week, and it's like a tongue twister for my brain. I've choreographed for lefties, but remembering to wind up that way and all that is a little bit of a tongue twister. So we're gonna do our best here. But I want you lefties to feel like you can see how this choreography is supposed to go. So we're gonna do our best. Okay, so I'm gonna take my, put all my weight on my left leg, okay? So strong on my left. My right knee is gonna kink in. So you can see I have an A-frame and my right knee is coming in, okay? I'm going to wrap my left hand around my torso and my right hand up, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is either a moonwalk or backward stroking or backward swizzles. Now, I have a tutorial for the moonwalk. It just came up on Friday, so if you wanna learn how to do that moonwalk, you can check that out, but otherwise backward stroking or backward swizzles or something like that is fine. So the first thing we're gonna do, here's our starting pose, and we're gonna go into our moonwalk. Okay, now when we get to that blue line, we're going to do our first element, and that's going to be a pivot of some kind. The easiest one to do is going to be going into a forward pivot. So this is a left leg pivoting. Okay, my right toe is in the ice. So we can do that pivot. You could do what I'm going to do when I run mine the other direction, is going to be a fan kick into a back pivot. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So what I want you to do is moonwalk towards that line, okay? So we're kind of off the center. We're a little bit farther right behind the red line when we start. We're gonna moonwalk or backward stroke to the blue line. And then we have our pivot. Okay, from here, we're gonna move backwards across the line. So from here on out, the program does kind of a ping pong back and forth. But we've moved backwards towards this line. We've done our pivot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross our right foot over first and then our left foot. And if you see, I'm actually alternating my pattern and it's going one side and then the other side across the line. So I went right leg back to the line, left leg back to the line. Okay, so moving across. Now we are going to step towards our right leg. So we're opening up towards our right shoulder and we're going to do an attitude lifting our left leg. And we're going to imagine we're holding a little snowman hat and place that snowman hat on our head. Okay, so I'm in an attitude moving straight down that line. Okay, let's try that from the top. Okay, again from the top, we have our starting position. We're going to do our backward stroking or that moonwalk going back towards the blue line. And now we're gonna go into a beautiful pivot, whichever one we choose. Then we're gonna take our right leg, we're gonna cross over, take our left leg, cross over, step out onto that right, and we're going to do an attitude. Take that top hat and place it on our head. From here, we're gonna go straight down the ice towards the little red hockey dot, that little red dot down there. And we're gonna do a straight line jump. Okay, so you have a number of different options with this straight line jump. We have bunny hop, waltz jump would be an edge jump. So bunny hop, half flip, ballet jump, split jump, toe loop, flip. Okay, so there's a number of different options you can choose to do here based on your skill level. I'm gonna go for the toe loop. Okay, so we have our attitude, we're gonna go down the ice and toe loop. Okay, I did it, you guys, lefty toe loop. Okay, so from that toe loop, we have a moment here. We're gonna be moving clockwise around the end of the rink, doing something dramatic that you enjoy doing. And so this could be anything from a beautiful hockey glide going forward, if that's your skill level. It could be an attitude, another forward attitude if you wanted to do that. It could be a spread eagle. It could be, I'm gonna be doing an Inebauer. This is actually my better ways of doing an Inebauer, so I will do that. But let's show you a couple of different options that you have. So you've finished your jump, okay? And we're gonna go around the ice. Let's go with an hockey glide first. That's the more simple one. So I'm hockey gliding counterclockwise and I'm aiming towards the center. So I'm going to try to get back towards the very center of the ice where we're going to be doing a spin. Okay, so let's just say base level, for those of you who are, this may be one of your earlier programs or first program, we're going to do a hockey glide. Another option would be a nice forward spiral. So let's say you landed your jump, you're here, and you're gonna go forward spiral around the end. That would be a very pretty one. Just keep in mind we're trying to curve it around back towards that center for our spin. Now I'll do my Inebauer. This is one of my favorite skills, and I happen to do it better this direction. So we're gonna land that jump, and I'm going to do some backward crossovers and Inebauer back around the corner, headed towards the center of the ice. So this is a moment for you to make this program really your own, okay? I give you the blueprint, I give you the options, but I want you to play with this and find something that really speaks to you. Maybe it's a spread eagle, maybe it's a fan spiral, maybe there's a trick that you have in your, skills that I haven't mentioned that would be great for this corner here. So from your jump, you're gonna do something moving clockwise around the rink that is a skill that you are gonna get to show off, okay? So play with that, make this section of the program yours. From there, we're gonna get into a spin, okay? Now there's a number of different ways that we can get into this spin based on your skills, okay? So let's go over those different spin entries. The easiest one, for those of you who are still working on your windup and maybe you're not confident with that windup yet, is a forward entry. So let's say we did that hockey glide towards this center. We can go clockwise around that circle and just push in to that 2-foot spin, okay? So that's gonna be the most simple entry, and if that is where your skill set at, please do that. Don't feel like you have to do something more difficult, okay? I want you to be able to show off where you are with your skating, what you've been doing this year. Okay, there are a couple of other options. Let's say you have been doing a backward windup, okay? We can come from our beautiful challenging skill, whatever we're doing. We're gonna turn backwards so our bum is going back towards where we did our jump, okay? So we're now bum towards the jump and we're gonna wind up here. Oh shoot, this is right-handed, hold on, let me think. Thinking about it. Still bum to the jump, but going the other way. Oh my goodness, I almost did it wrong, you guys. Okay, so we have our forward spiral. Turn your bum to where that jump was, but then we're gonna go left leg over for our wind up. My goodness. And into our spin. Okay, whew, I nearly messed you guys all up. You would have been like, Julia, you're teaching us wrong. Okay, now from there, there's a lot of other cool tricks that you guys can do. If you are good at skating this direction, you could do stars, you could do an illusion, you could do whatever you want to get into that spin, to make it whatever you want to show off your skills for this year. Okay, so those are our different spin entries, and you can play around with whatever spin you want to do. All right, let's try this again from the top. It's always good to learn things in little pieces and reinforce that choreography so that you're not trying to capture everything all at once. I know you guys can go back and watch this in little pieces, but I want you to see how the flow works. So we have our entry, we have that moonwalk or backward stroking or backward swizzles. We're gonna go into our beautiful pivot, whichever one you choose to do. We're gonna cross the right over, cross the left over, step into that attitude, Santa hat or snowman hat. We're gonna go forward into whichever straight line jump we're choosing to do. And then we have our signature dramatic move that we can do going clockwise around the circle. Now we need to get into that spin, so we're gonna turn our bum back towards where our jump was. We're going to do our wind up, and here you can do whichever spin you choose. Woo! All right, now you can check out like a traditional check, or if you want to add a little sparkle, you can check out into a falling leaf jump, okay? Now we're gonna head our bodies back towards where we did our attitude. And we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna ping pong back and forth from kind of wall to wall, making a big zigzag position. So we've checked out, we're gonna head towards the wall where our attitude was, and we're gonna go into a spiral. Now this can be whichever spiral you are most comfortable with. Forward, inside, forward, outside, backward, inside, backward, outside. You could even do a catch foot spiral. Whatever you want to do here is great. Okay, so we have checked out, and we're gonna come around towards that corner, okay? And we're going to spiral towards the other corner. So what this is doing is it's moving across, down the ice and across the ice, okay? We're trying to get to the other side, so we're using the full surface, and from one wall to the other wall. So we're here by a dot on the completely opposite end and side of the rink, and this is, we're going to put in an edge jump. So before we were doing a straight line jump, and now we're going to do an edge jump. So that could be, you could still do a tap toe or a bunny hop if that's your skill level. Feel free to put those in here. If you know how to do waltz jump, sow cow, loop, or even axel, this is where you would put one of those in, okay? So coming around the corner, you're going to have your jump, okay? So that's why we want it to be an edge jump, because it's round, okay? So we could do, ooh, let's try a sow cow. Yeah, okay, did a sow cow lefty. Okay, that's thanks to a few students of mine who are left-handed, and I've had to figure all these things out left-handed. Okay, so we've done our edge jump coming around the corner, and now we're gonna do something that I call a side lunge, all right? And I'm gonna give you a few different options for if you don't feel comfortable with the side lunge, but let me show you how that side lunge works. So we finished our jump coming around the corner, and we're gonna put in another dramatic maneuver. And this is, like I said, we're gonna do that side lunge. Now that's what I call it. There may be another name for it, and if you know that name, please comment down below. There are different names for things all over the world, and I'd love to hear a different name if you have one. That's just what I call it, a side lunge. Okay, so what we're gonna do from our jump is we're gonna make sure we're going backwards. And I'm gonna do a right over left crossover to give me some momentum. Now I'm gonna take my left leg and I'm gonna put it out really strong. So I'm starting with my legs kind of in an A-frame. From here, I'm gonna push my hip and my weight towards the left, and then I'm gonna bend that left knee a little bit. And this right leg is gonna function kind of like a pivot, but instead of having that toe in the ice, we're using the edge. So we're rotating around that edge, okay? But so we're leaning towards that left. We do not want to bend the right. If you bend the right, it turns into something else. And it's not that that's bad, it's just, it looks a little funkier in my opinion. I think if you can bend your left, then you can deepen that edge, and we can do this beautiful side lunge position, okay? So we've gotten a little bit of momentum right over left. Put that left leg out strong, lean towards the left and bend. And we can just look towards the left really pretty if that is what your level of comfortability with this is. So we can be here, okay? But if you want to go crazy, you can really reach and look up towards the ceiling, and it's just a really beautiful maneuver. And that maneuver is going to take us around the corner. All right, let's do that with a little bit of speed. So we did that spiral going corner to corner or wall to wall. We did our jump, our edge jump. Now we're going to stay backwards. We're going to go right over left and side lunge, okay? And that's going to take us around this corner so we can ping pong back to the other wall. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with that side lunge, you can play with it. If you just don't feel like it's there for you, I'm going to give you two different options for things you can put in place instead. Okay, so the first one is going to be a move that looks like this. Okay, you're going to be traveling backwards. What we want to do is put our feet out like we're doing a hockey glide. So we're going to make sure we have one foot really strong underneath us, and then we're going to push our hips forwards, almost like as if we were doing a layback, how we push our hips forward for a layback. So that we have one foot almost behind us, and then our hips travel towards the front foot. Then we look behind us, and we can make a big circle with our arms. It's a little scary because you're moving backwards and leaning backwards, but it's so pretty if you can get the hang of it. So we go here. Okay, you might want to try it on the wall a little bit just to feel comfortable with that position, but the main thing you got to remember, to lean back, you don't want your weight on your heels. You want to split those feet, push those hips towards the toe, and then you're counterbalancing yourself as you lean. Okay, but if that is still a little scary for you, I've got a third option. Okay, so let's just say we landed our jump, okay? Let's just say you did your spiral. Maybe you're doing a tap toe jump. What I want you to do is get backwards, still do a pump or a crossover for speed, and then we're going to do a backward 1 foot glide or an attitude. Okay, so you're still moving backwards, you still have some pretty arms. It's just a little bit less of a terrifying position. Okay, so you can play around with those different options, something dramatic that's going to get you back across the ice. From here, we're going to step forward and do a lunge. We're going to go backwards, and we have our side lunge. And it's going to corner, then we step out, and we're going to do a lunge going the other direction. Now, the music is talking about like a fire crackling and chestnuts roasting. So I just want you to imagine your fingers are the little embers from the fire going up the fireplace, okay? So you're going to do that lunge and go up with those fingers, okay? All right, so we're going here, up with those fingers. Now we're just about to that footwork that we've been working on. I hope you guys have been working on it. I've seen some beautiful videos you guys have been sending me of different versions of that footwork. I love it. If you missed that, I'll post a link to that footwork tutorial down below so you can learn that footwork and pop it in here, okay? So we finished our lunge. We're just going to do some forward crossovers going clockwise around the rink, and then you're going to put in whichever level of footwork you decided to learn. Okay, so we're up from our lunge, forward crossovers around the end, and this is where our footwork goes. So we have whichever level you've been working on, we're just going to pop that footwork in here. All right. Okay, all of that footwork was in that tutorial, so you want to make sure you watch that. After that 3-turn, we're almost done, you guys. So from here, we're going to go into our final spin. So we finished our 3-turn. We're going to wind up, and we have a second spin. So we have 2 jumps and 2 spins in this program. Okay, if you know more than 1 spin, you can make them different. If you just know 1 spin, that's fine. Do the same spin twice. Maybe you can just put some pretty arms in there, right? Something dramatic. Okay, just to add some flair to this last one. Okay, so we have our final spin. We're gonna check out, and we're gonna go into our lunge and a knee slide. Now, a long time ago, I taught a tutorial for the knee slide. I'll post a link down below so you guys can find that. That's going to be our finishing pose. So we are going to check out of our spin. We're going to go forward into our lunge, And ta-da, our final pose for our program for 2023. Now that we have learned that complete choreography, it's time to do it with some music. Now, I want you guys to have access to the same music that I'm using that I choreographed this to. And so it is going to be a free downloadable MP3 on my Patreon, okay? I have a Patreon, but you don't have to be a member of that to get this music. I'll post a link to that Patreon down below, so you can head over there and download this MP3 so you can practice with it. And if you're using this to perform at your home rink, then you have that music. It's about 1:30. All right, so if you're doing 1:30 programs, this will work for you. You might need to cut it down if you're doing minute-long programs. But this is what we're going to be using. This piece of music is what we're going to be using for this program, okay? So we're going to do it with some music on the loudspeaker, but I want you to have that same access. So click that Patreon link down below to download.
Merry Christmas, baby. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
All right, skaters, I am so excited to see all your versions of this Christmas program. Now, I've given you the blueprint. I've given you options for how to simplify it or make it more challenging to fit your skating skills. And now it's up to you to practice it and to give it your own flavor, right? Make the spins your style, put the jumps in that you like, put those artistic maneuvers in that really speak to you, so that each person has their own program. We're all skating the same basic blueprint, but I want you to make this program your own. All right, so for how to submit this back to me, because I want you to be practicing these, making them your own, get that cool skating outfit out, maybe an ugly sweater, maybe a skating costume that you like. But I want you to try to find someone who can film this for you, okay? And I want you to film it horizontal, because horizontal fits really nicely on a YouTube box. If it's vertical like this, it doesn't fit quite so well on a YouTube screen. All right, so please film that video horizontal for this Christmas compilation. Okay, now to submit it back to me, I would like for you to post this video to your own personal YouTube account. Now, it cannot be set to private or I won't be able to see it. It can be unlisted, but it cannot be set to private or I won't be able to include you in our compilation. So upload it, you can make it public or you can make it unlisted. And on Sunday, December 17th, I'll be posting a video to this channel right here that is just going to be a reminder for you to post your videos. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a link to your video in the comments below that video. So on December 17th, that's a Sunday, a video will be coming up and you will post a link to your Christmas routine in the comments below that video. All right, now 1 month from today, December 19th, I'm gonna start editing. So you need to get that video in. There's just a couple days window, all right? So set that alarm for December 17th, so you can find that video and get your video posted in the links below. So anyone who has a YouTube account can be involved in this Christmas compilation video, all right? And then our whole Christmas Around the World, where everybody is going to be skating this program together, is going to be going up live on Christmas Day. I am so excited for this. All right, I'll be typing those descriptions, how to post it down below, so if you need to read it and help you understand that way, just check the description to this video and you will get those same instructions. All right, skaters, enjoy practicing this program. I cannot wait to see all your results. Happy skating, and I'll see you all again soon.